So hey guys, what's up? So welcome to World News 20 News channel. So let's talk about Remdesivir hope with Cation. The drug created to fight Ebola is being studied as a COVID-19 treatment. What are the findings that researchers find promising and what are they cautious about it? What is India's stand on using it? The drug Remdesivir has been under the spotlight as a possible treatment for the critical cases of the novel coronavirus disease COVID-19. Globally is one of the four possible lines of treatment being investigated in the solidarity trials under the aegis of the World Health Organization. While the drug is yet to get approval in any country to treat COVID-19, recent studies have claimed they have found promising results. What is Remdesivir? It is a drug with antiviral properties that was manufactured by US-based biotechnology company in 2014 to treat Ebola cases. It was also tried in patients of MERS and SARS, both caused by members of the coronavirus family, but experts said it did not show promising results back then. Coronavirus have been single-stranding RNA as their genetic material. When the novel coronavirus SARS-CoV-2 enters a human cell, an enzyme called RDRP helps the virus replicate. Remdesivir works by inhibiting the activity of the RDRP. Infectious disease expert Dr. Tano Singhal said when the virus engulfs itself around the human cell, it injects its RNA inside the cell. The RDRP enzyme causes viral replication. Remdesivir inhibits the enzyme and stops further replication. What have studies found? A small cohort study published in the New England Journal of Medicine on April 10 using Remdesivir on 61 patients in the United States of America, Canada, Europe, and Japan. These patients were critically ill with low oxygen levels and were administered Remdesivir under manufacturer Gilead compassionate use program. Each patient was administered a 10-day course of Remdesivir, 200 mg on the first day and 100 mg each on the other 9 days. Of them, 53 patients were studied. The study found clinical improvement in 68% of the cases with their oxygen levels improving. 47% patients could be discharged after treatment and more than 50% patients, 17 of 30, no longer require mechanical ventilator support. The study found that clinical improvement was less frequent in patients on invasive ventilators or among elderly people. 7 patients died despite treatment with Remdesivir. Another study published on April 13 in the Journal of the Biological Chemistry by researchers from the University of Alberta reported promising results, but not in patients. The researchers conducted a laboratory study in which the drug was able to prevent the virus from replicating. The lab study also targeted the enzyme that drives the virus's application in the body. Matthias Gurley, the chair of the medical microbiology and the immunology at the University of Alberta, said Remdesivir tricks the virus by mimicking its building blocks. These coronavirus polymerases are DRP enzymes described by viral sloppy and they get full. So the inhibitor gets incorporated many times and the virus can no longer replicate. Gurley said in a statement, how promising are these results? No study on the Remdesivir so far has been large enough to be viewed with credibility. The study published in the New England Journal of the Medicine looked at 53 patients who represent too small a cohort to draw definitive conclusion. Also, 13% of the patients in the study died. The study had no control arm, meaning another group of the patients who were not administered the drug to compare the outcomes of the treatment with and without Remdesivir. Unless such trials are conducted, the effect of the drug remains a gray zone. The study's lead author, Jonathan Rigorine, director of the Hospital Epidemiology Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, Los Angeles, said no definitive conclusions can be drawn from these data, but he encouraged further controlled trials to validate the treatment potential of the Remdesivir. Dr. Harshal Lemla of the Internal Medicine Department in Mumbai's Nanavati Hospital, a designated COVID-19 hospital, said Remdesivir did not show great results with Ebola either, but the Ebola and coronavirus are different. We should wait for the trials to measure the efficiency of the drug for the COVID-19, Dr. Limalik said. What is India's stand on the Remdesivir? The Indian Council of Medical Research has said it can consider using a drug of local manufacturers willing to procure it. Remdesivir is currently not available in India. The ICMR plans to wait and watch for the result of the World Health Organization solidarity trials to make an assessment on the efficacy of the Remdesivir for COVID-19 treatment. Where else is Remdesivir being studied? Currently, there are about 6 trials and studies have been done globally for the Remdesivir. China has initiated 2 clinical trials using Remdesivir in multiple sites in the Hubei province. The worst hit with COVID-19. One study will focus on critical ill patients with low oxygen level. The other study will focus on patients with moderate symptoms. In the United States, the National Institutes of Health has started a phase 2 randomized place controlled trial for the adult patient in France. The INSERM Research Institute conducted a study to evaluate the potential treatments for COVID-19, and these include Remdesivir. Gilead is also running a phase 3 trial in the US, Asia, and Europe. What are the other lines of the treatment being investigated? Hydroxychloroquine, an anti-malaria drug, is undergoing multiple trials to assess it can be used to treat severe COVID-19 cases. It works by decreasing the acidity in the past of the cell where the virus is present, thereby inhibited. Again, ritonavir and lopinavir are two antiviral drugs used for the treatment of the HIV. These two work by inhibiting the viruses RNA. Specifically, they target the enzyme that helps the virus split proteins. These two drugs are being used in India and several countries for seriously ill patients. In HIV patients, the two antiviral drugs work together to decrease the viral load in the blood. Their use in COVID-19 patients seeks the same outcome, but so far it has not been shown great success in the viral suppression, said Dr. Praveen Amale, infectious disease expert. He relies on the antibiotic azithromycin as his first choice and won a clinical trial on 199 patients published in the New England Journal of Medicine on March 18. Did not find a clinical difference between patients given ritonavir, lopinavir, and those not given the combination. So if you like the channel, so kindly subscribe to it.